All right, y'all, it's another windy day. I'm doing a voiceover again. This is a jump out on the road. Check this moss out. This is a killer piece of moss. Oh, man, look at that. Look at the red and then the agate in there. That's a killer piece. I was so excited. I looked everywhere, too, all around the spot to find more of this stuff. Could not find any of it. But I did find this one. It's a pretty thick piece. Pretty excited about this one. I'm squirting it off again because it was drying out. You can see that little bush in the right corner like blowing like crazy. It's one of these windy days out in the desert, which happens all the time out there, usually in the afternoons, but you never know when the wind's going to pop up. All right, here's a cool one. Check it out. It's like yellow and black. I sometimes refer to this as like dendritic opal looking stuff. It's not opal, it's jasper, but it's got some interesting colors to it. Sometimes you can find some red in there as well, but that stuff's a little bit harder to find. So there's a big chunk of clay I'm flicking off. Again, these are all in a road cut. I found all these just in a road cut over by the pipeline road. All right. Let's see what we get next. Oh, check this out. Just a little green one. So it's either green chalcedony, green agate, whatever you want to call it, but it's green. Again, I was like, man, is there any bigger stuff like this out there with this green agate, green chalcedony? Again, this is only the second piece I've found like this in the years I've been hunting out there. It's pretty nice, though. It's a little piece, but it's pretty nice, and there's my dried up, wrinkly hands from the weather. So there you go. All right, here's another cool piece. This is a moss piece. Again, it's one of those highly silicated little nodules. You can see there's some moss there. There's some moss there. Some yellow. There's some moss there. There's some moss there. That's a pretty cool piece. Those things are super hard because they're very silicated, so they don't undercut, which is good. That's just why I like those pieces like that. They tumble really well. All right, here's another little baby mossy. You see somebody, looks like somebody broke it in half or it just broke. I looked for the other half, couldn't find it. So it's a baby moss. There you go, get a little bit better view on that side. All right, cool. See, there's some more windy bushes. See that? I call this one ice cream sandwich. I don't know why. It just kind of reminded me of an ice cream sandwich, or that's how it looks like a piece of pie or something. But anyway, it's agate, and it's got different colored lines in it, or jaspers. Here's a cool orange moss. Check this out. This is a really cool piece. Not real big, good tumbler size, but it's got that killer orange moss. It's pretty tightly packed, but you can still see it's all mossy in there. Cool little piece. Looking for your big brother. And I found him in another video. That'll be coming up later. I even got a cutting video I'll show you when I cut him, because it is a beautiful piece of moss. Anyway, so that's a cool one. All right. Here's another little piece. There you go. You can see the moss in there. I'm moving a little fast today on these rocks because it was windy. When you get pounded on by the wind for hours, it starts to make me a little cranky. I don't know about you, but it starts to make me a little cranky. And I'm like, all right, I'm going to film this quick. All right. So sorry if I'm going too fast on some of these. Again, the wind, you can see, it's just like hurricane force winds almost out there. Here's a really pretty little piece. It's got some green and orange moss in there. It's got a little tiny bit of green on the top. Again, this particular spot, everything I find here is highly silicated, which is nice. All right, here's another piece of that rock. Again, this is similar to the one that was at the beginning that was black and orange. This is a big piece of it. And see, I told you it's got some red in it. So you find some with some red in it. It's got some black on that side. But it's all the same type of rock. it's really interesting to me just how it forms and the patterns it makes. It's kind of different. Um, Again, nature is unbelievable. Here's another piece. This is like a little chip of a little orangey moss. And it's got like a little bit of black agate on the bottom, and it's got some clear agate as well. Anyway, that's a cool little chip. See me on the road. Here's a green one. This is a green nodule. Sweet. It's solid green. And it's solid. It's not like crumbly, so that's a good thing. Sometimes this green stuff is very crumbly when you find it. Sometimes it's not highly silicated. I always talk about whenever I tumble it, it falls apart or the green falls right off the other stuff. Here's a nice piece of brachiated. It's got a little blue agate on the bottom. You got that orange yellow on the side right there. You can see what's in the inside. That's a pretty brachiated. There's some volcanic ash there. That's not clay. That's actually volcanic ash. You see a little bit more of that brachiated pattern, which you can see there in the inside. It's a cool little piece. Don't find a lot of brachiated in this spot. Here's a cool little banded agate. Check it out. What's interesting about when you look at some of these banded agates, you'll see the ash and how it's like makes patterns around the ash, and it's got it in the inside. I know sometimes people say it's clay. This particular one, that's not clay. It's actually ash, volcanic ash, which is really interesting. So I don't know if it forms out of the ash or the ash helps it form, or if it's a hot liquid makes it. I don't know. Here's another one. This one's more like a polka dotty one than a mossy one. It's got that maroon and that little white and like a little bluish agate all through there. That one has to be cleaned up. That'll be a pretty piece though. This one's cool. It's got big chunks of agate in mixed in with the jasper, with the red jasper. You see it's all like, and then there's a little bit of a mossy pattern on the end there. This is a weirdo. I like the weirdos. Again, it's not brachiated, but it's almost like brachiated. But you see all the big chunks of agate in there mixed in with the jasper. Just weird, like what conditions caused this to happen, Anyway, I haven't found any other ones like this, so this is a unique one for me. So it is pretty cool. Alrighty. Here's another orange mossy one. Nice little nodule, little nugget. I call them nuggets a lot of times. Anyway, it's a pretty orange one. Almost dropped it. Oh, did the wind blow it off my hand? Dun, dun, dun. Anyway, cool. I still had fun even though the wind was beating me to death. Let's see. Here's another moss, another orange moss. Again, it's highly silicated. To make a great tumbler, there you go. You get a little bit better picture of the moss there with more of that little blue agate there. It's a cool piece. All right, let's see. Oh yeah, this is cool. This is a banded one. So you can see how it's got a little blue agate banded, but I don't know if I'm going to call it a banded agate or a banded jasper agate or a combination thereof. Probably a combination thereof because it's got agate and jasper in there and it's banded. So there you go. That was a cool find. Oh, here's a little red and green one. See green on the tip, red, reddish orange in the middle. Again, if I throw this one in a tumble, that green will probably be all gone. The red will be there, but the green will be gone. So I don't like to tumble these too much. I'll just keep them like that a lot of times. It's just specimens. Here's a piece of moss. This one's got orange and yellow moss in here. It's going to be hard to see this one from what I remember because it needs to be cleaned up. It's still got it's still rough all around the whole thing. See how rough it is? Once you clean all that up, you can get better views in it. Or if you just cut it, you'll get a better view on the inside and see all the moss and the different colors in there. There's definitely red and yellow. You can see red there and yellow there. So it's just a really rough piece. It's cool. All right, that'll be the last one. So again, thank y'all for watching. Don't forget to like and subscribe. I'll see y'all on the next one. I got some more finds coming up. Keep on rocking.